Just let Alex know I'm about to bring him into the waiting room.
Alex, she's about to bring you into the waiting room. I let him know. I let him know, like, really aggressively on accident. It was, like, meant to be like, hey, man, like, no. But it was like, Alex! You know? Sometimes that just happens.
That was great, Brian. You did a great job.
Shay,
all right,
you're
good
too
to go.
kind to me. That's really what's happening.
Oh, great.
Okay, just making sure our live is going.
You're
Okay.
on the left side, right? You're on the right side?
Depends on phone, but for the live, okay, Aubrey, she's going to be on your right for the live, okay?
She needs to be on the left of me because that's how we rehearsed it and thought it was going to be like that.
Unfortunately, I can't switch that. That's something that happens inside of the program. So whatever you ended up doing, tell me about it. Let's walk through it together.
Okay, so we... What?
So first things first, I want to know what your situation is. What did you guys decide? Tell me about it.
Oh, okay. So you know how the script goes, hey, hi, I didn't ask for this, you know.
Yeah.
So we decided it was going to be on our birthday, and we're 6 years old, and we're twins. And we wanted one to be a superhero theme, and one of us wanted to be a monster theme. She's the monster, I'm the superhero, and since I'm like, I didn't ask for the monster theme, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So technically, I didn't ask for this, you know.
What just happened? She ended up on the right.
I don't know.
Sorry, keep going.
And then she says, or I said, should we play the game, like tag or whatever? She's like, no, are we 5? Because we just turned 6, and we're like, we're big girls. We big brain now.
Okay, awesome. Love it. All right, great. So now she's on your left, just like you rehearsed. Don't know how that happened. You've got a friend with the big guy upstairs or something. Just happened right away. So she is now on your left, Aubrey. Okay? And Leela, she's on your right. Okay? So where your pillows are, yeah, that's where she is, on yours. Yep. Okay. Here we go. And get into character.
Just pretend this isn't been out of.
Fair. And action.
Hey,
Hi.
I didn't ask for this, you know.
Neither did I.
So should we play the game or?
Are we 5? We're not playing the game.
Okay, well, what would you like to do then?
I want to open it.
What? Absolutely not. We can't.
Why not? No one will ever know.
I said no.
Too late.
Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. What? No, don't open it. Snatch.
Why not?
Okay, good. I gotta stop it because I love this. I love it. I love the idea. I think it's brilliant. I love the hair. It's so awesome. I love both of you have created this costume that's clearly not you. That's a character. I love it. Okay? So I want to work some of the blocking with you. I want you to practice the blocking a little bit. So we got in our head a little bit with it. So let's go right to where you pass the Hershey bar over. Okay, so wait. Okay, now let's go back again. We're going to work the timing because it's a little different when we do it this way. Okay, so Aubrey, start to hand it over. Okay, all the way. Get yourself all the way out of frame. Now pull it in. Yes, that's what it looks like. So do it again. Let's go back. Yep, and here we go. Boom. So you can take it that slow as far as the grabbing goes, okay? So what happened was we rushed it a little bit. So when you go to grab it, and it's really hard to tell. It's like really hard to figure out exactly when you should move it and how you should move it. So you want to just practice that nice and slow. And as long as I can't see both of your hands, it doesn't really matter how long it takes for you to pull back into frame, right? So if both your hands are out, and as long as somebody who doesn't isn't supposed to bring it back in doesn't. Like if Aubrey's not supposed to have it, you can't accidentally bring it in or leave it too close. But other than that, if my hand goes out of frame, like over here, all of a sudden you don't know what's over there. You have no idea, right? Like you can't see what my hand's doing or where it is, right? You just see it over. Okay? So now that you see it over, okay, can you see what I have in my hand?
No.
Could you see it earlier?
No.
Can you see now?
What? That's like a Sharpie?
Yeah, totally a Sharpie. Hold on, I gotta get something else too. Really quick. Oh, cool. It's my pen. It's awesome. There's all kinds of stuff. I'm gonna go over here really quick. And I'm thirsty. Like, that's that beauty of that move. So let's try the move one more time. Here we go. Aubrey, pass it over. Okay, awesome. Go back again. One more time. I want both your hands to be up right in the middle of your frame, making sure you're right in the middle. So Aubrey's right in the middle, so you need to come up a little, Leela. So bring your hand into the middle now. A little higher. There. Now go both of you towards it. Now bring it back. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. Oh, that's like the coolest. All right, great. So that's the spacing-ish, somewhere in the middle there, and that level of timing, okay? Let's try it from the top. I'm super excited.
And wait until at the end I can eat this all.
Yummy.
Hey,
Hi.
I didn't ask for this, you know.
Neither did I.
So, do you want to play the game, or...
Are we 5? We're not playing the game.
Okay, well, what would you like to do then?
I want to open it.
What? Absolutely not. We can't.
Why not? No one will ever know.
I said no.
Too late.
Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. What? No, don't open it.
Why not?
I don't know, it might melt.
It's not going to melt,
It could.
but it won't.
I've never seen anything like this before.
You have now.
Okay, don't eat it yet. Let's wait.
Ow.
Just because I want to save it because I want to do a couple more shots with you guys. Awesome. Okay, do you feel the difference?
Yes.
So, let's talk about it for a second. So what really happened here? There's a couple things. One, we were able to block it a little better to find that. Okay, and we can always do that. Any one of us can do that. They're just continuing to see it. And it's hard because you guys probably practiced it within your link, but it changes once I'm in there, right? Once there's a third person, it adjusts the way the screens are. And so that's good to know. So then you go, I'd ask you some questions here. I go, did you guys practice over FaceTime or Zoom, or how did you do it?
We did it on house party.
House party. Okay. So what I recommend is we know that right now, because of the situation inside of our software, we're connecting into the Zoom, right? So what should you probably practice it on?
Zoom.
Zoom, right. Because it will look a little different. It will, the way that the angles are set up might look a little different. And you can then set it up in a way where I believe some settings you can even record it, okay? And so that's something either of you can talk about with your parents using your same account you have here, create a meeting with each other and figure out some of those movements. Practice it both ways. Practice it as if what happens if it got switched? If all of a sudden Leela's on the other side, can you still have the exact same thing happen? Absolutely. It just changes arms, right? So you would want to go, how can I practice this in the same setting as I'm going to be in as much as possible? And then a lot of your struggles are going to go away. Does that make sense? Okay. I loved this idea. It was so cool. So now we're going to dive a little deep into the acting side of it. So why don't they want to be in a room together?
Because you know how twins sometimes they hate each other and how siblings don't really like each other.
Okay.
We wanted it to be that way so like we can match our script.
So they're two siblings who are having a fight, basically?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. I don't want to be here as much as you don't want to be here, right? So, where is here?
What do you mean here?
It says, I don't want to be here as much as you don't want to be here, right?
In a birthday party.
You guys are at a birthday party?
Yes.
Okay. And right now we've set it up so you both are in a room by yourself, which I think is really good for this script. Okay? So since that's the case, why did you two get stuck in a room together by yourself at this party? What happened?
We were probably arguing.
Yes. 100%.
And our parents didn't want the party to be ruined. They were like, get stuck in this room.
That's right. Go make up, make nice, or you can't be down here in the party. So then you're both, what I want us to create that setting through silence, through thought life. Pop quiz, what's thought life?
Thought life is like your point of view.
Sort of. So let's dive into that a little more. Leela, what do you think thought life is?
What you think, not as much as what. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. So we combine those. From your point of view, that's where these happen, Aubrey. But thought life is just the thoughts going on in your mind. I want you to look directly at camera, both of you. And I just want you to think, I am so annoyed at you. I don't want you to try and show me. I just want you to think it and look right at the camera. Okay, so I felt that. Could you feel it? So the person doesn't have to go, I'm annoyed, I'm whatever. That's thought life. Every scene needs to be littered with thought life. So let's start from the first line. But before the first line begins, I want both of you to make it awkward by the fact you're stuck in the room together. So both of you are just sitting there and just thinking. What would you be thinking? Think real thoughts. For example, okay, I'm going to throw some your way, and I just want you to start thinking them and see what it does to you. This is so frustrating. I could be downstairs having cake right now. Like, literally. This is unfair.
Hi.
Seriously?
I didn't ask for this, you know.
Neither did I.
Okay, good, good. Now, you feel the difference?
Mm-hmm.
That's way better. The beginning's way better. So now, thought life needs to be in every line. Leela and I talked about this in our private lesson this last week, that thought life, having thoughts, is so important. The idea of every line having a different emotion. Remember, Leela, we talked about just a character and finding their point of view and their want. And then from that want, then all of a sudden we can find a lot of these things. So I want us to slow down even more. So for example, here we go. I'll pull up the beginning of the scene. Let's say it's, Aubrey, you have the first line, right? Okay? So I'm going to go to Leela here, and I want you to just watch this moment, okay?
Am I supposed to start it?
No, I did start it.
Oh.
That's what I want you to learn. I did start it. So I could sit, and I can just think, and I can go, what are you thinking? This is awkward. This sucks. No fun. And then at some point, you're like, hi.
I
didn't ask for this, you know.
Neither did I.
So, should we, like, play a game, or... like, it's very uncomfortable. The beginning of the scene is so uncomfortable because think about this. You are in the room with somebody that you fight with, that you don't usually hang out with, and you're being forced, quarantined to hang out with that person. You and that person, that's exactly right. You are quarantined right into being stuck in the same room together. Okay? So here's the deal. I want to adjust it slightly. Instead of being enemies, okay, you guys are friends, but you just got in a fight. Okay? You just fought. And so you're not happy, and you haven't hung out in a while. So, like, you used to be closer than you are. So you could even be kind of enemies now, but there was a past there where you guys used to play things. And here's the clue. Shay wrote it in. The clue, and this is for everybody watching, find your clues. The clue is, so should we play the game, or what is the game?
Tag.
Tag, okay? that implies, when you say the game and she knows what the game is, that implies that you have both played tag before together. That says to us, in other words, that's the implies basically means like we're setting ourselves up in that way. So like basically you're coming in and you're saying something to that person. So I'm going based on history. Hey, do you want to play the game? That's different for everybody. You know what the game would be for me? For real? If I got together with one of my cousins that I haven't hung out with in forever, and I said, you want to play the game? You know what they would think? In the dark tag. Best friggin' game of all time. It's so fun. Yeah, Sardines. I've played that. So like every friend has a different game. So you guys haven't hung out in forever, and it's like, you want to play the game? This is the game you guys played when you were 5, like 6, and you're like 10, 11 now. It's like, really? Tag? Like, come on. You know? So really listen and have thought life. Let's try a couple more moments. I love this, guys. I love the pass across. It was so great. And then next week we'll explore even more angles together. Okay, here we go.
Hi.
Hey,
I didn't ask for this, you know.
neither did I.
Wait, Aubrey. Soak it in.
Should we play the game or...
RB5, we're not playing the game.
Well, okay. What would you like to play then?
I want to open it.
What? No, absolutely not. We can't.
Why not? No one will ever know.
I said no.
Too late.
Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. Wait, no, don't open it.
Why not?
I don't know, it might melt.
It's not going to melt,
It could.
but it won't.
I've never seen anything like this before.
You have now.
Ow. Okay, guys, so much better already.
Ow.
So much better. So now we need to practice with those levels of emotions. Now, the one thing with that first pass, Aubrey, you don't want her to have it, right? So it's probably not a pass. Probably less even yanking. So here's what's cool about this. Go ahead and just, set it at the edge of the desk. Now, Leela, put your hand out. Pull it out. Yanking is going to be hard. Yanking is going to be really tough. So instead, just set it down. Set it down, Aubrey, like you were putting it out of the way. Now look back forward, and you go your own thing, and she pulls it out. Yes! Oh, yeah. Do that one more time. One more time so you guys can see the video back. A little more, Aubrey, because I can see it. Sorry. Go back again. One more time. This will be the last one for this blocking.
Oh, wait.
Okay, one more. Here we go. And action. Yes, okay, and that's where now from Thought Life, you would notice, you would react, and that's when you can go, hey, like kind of deal with your line, right? Okay, good. Love it, girls. This is going to be so fun. All right, I'll talk about how we can be working on it this week. I love the hair, love the idea. Wonderful job, guys. Wonderful job. Woo! Okay, our next two performers are being brought in by Shay, because Shay is a rock star, and we love her and miss her. Now from it's going to be great because Shay's going to be back in the studio with the rest of us in June. She'll be here even sooner, but can't wait for that. All right, guys. Remind me which scene here. Is it 1, right? Scene 1?
Probably.
Hey,
I don't know. Let me
hey.
go check. Hi, Yoda. Yeah, it's scene 1. It is fun.
Okay, great. All right, so walk me through your situation.
Okay, so, it's kind of like, Elena, like, got into a summer camp,
Okay.
and then I'm waiting to go in. I'm like, "Ugh, I'm never gonna be in it." And Elena's like,
a celebrity camp event.
Yeah.
Okay.
We like the same person as a celebrity.
Yeah.
We're
Okay.
obsessed with them. I got in, but she didn't. So that's what this is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Love that. All right. Great. So, two things. How long have we been friends?
I would,
Um.
Your characters. What do you think?
I would say since we were 6. Let's just go.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah.
Okay. History is good. That's what I was hoping you'd pick something like that. Okay. I want to try one more thing. Actually, I'm just gonna let it go. So when you guys are ready, you can begin. Okay. And then I'll give some critiques after that.
Okay. Hey,
Hey.
I have news.
I know. I already know all about it.
You know? Who told you?
It doesn't matter who told me. Everyone is talking about it.
I was going to tell you. I was just waiting until I was totally sure.
Well, congratulations.
You don't seem too excited.
I'm happy for you. I really am. It looks like I'm the last one left.
You'll get in. I know you will.
You don't know I'll get in. Then I'll just be stuck here, and you'll be living the dream without me.
I am not going without you.
Don't be dumb. Of course you're going.
Did you check again?
I've only refreshed about 100 times in the last 20 minutes.
Refresh again.
Oh my gosh. I got in. I got in. We got in. I'm going. We are going.
Hey! So cool. We're going. We're going. We are going. We are going. Okay. First off, your energy together is so great. Both of you are just. It's a great pairing. Like, I really believed the friendship when it became the time where you guys were kind to each other and like very happy for each other when we got in. And I believed even some of the moments with the struggle. So we're going to work on some of those, but I want to talk angles first because clearly you guys thought through that a little bit. Athena, you're in a different setting. Tell me about that.
Well, I mean, like, I'm kind of thinking about, like, maybe Elena just called me and I kind of just sat
But
down on the
you're
phone
like
and,
you're in a whole different room than you normally are, right?
Yeah. Well, for one thing, I wanted to be on a phone so that I can move around, so
Yes. Okay, great.
yeah.
Okay, so now go ahead with what you were saying. I just wanted to double check that was correct because I love this.
So,
You were telling me about your
well,
where.
yes. It's just maybe my best friend Elena, like she just called me, and then I'm like, so I kind of pick a random spot and I'm just listening in,
Okay,
and
awesome.
I'm using kind of like the close-up angle.
Okay,
It's not
great.
very close, but
No,
yeah.
it's good. I like the starting angle. I think it's really good because I think that you're the one who makes the initial call, probably. Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
When
Who's got the
Okay.
first line?
I have the first line.
And your line
Yeah.
is? Give me the line, Elena, real quick.
Hey.
Okay, good. So, oh, hey, right? So you could be the first one, but the O that's in there, right? There is an O there, correct? Or no?
No,
Okay,
I
so
think I would be the first caller because I have news for her, and she's like,
Yeah.
Goes.
hold on. Let's read it for me real quick. Let me hear it.
Just read it.
Yeah.
Hey,
Hey,
I have news.
I know all about it.
Agreed. Okay, totally right. I was wrong. Boom. Okay. So you're calling, okay, and you're receiving it. All right? So with that, Athena, here's what's cool. I'll just flip what I was going to say. I don't think you want to give her all your attention right now because you're mad. And you're actually not mad about not getting in. Why do you think you're mad, Athena?
Well, I mean, maybe I'm kind of feeling a little jealous because my best friend just got into the thing I've been waiting for my whole life.
Totally. That's a part of it. But
And
why
maybe
do you...
it's like a 1-year thing, like it won't happen again.
Okay. All of that's true. I think there's something deeper, so I want to teach you how to dive deeper into your script, okay? Why are you hurt by it, by her, right now? I'll give you a clue. It's in your script. So keep reading. You guys keep reading. Let's go from I know, I already know.
I know. I know all about it.
You know? Who told you?
It doesn't matter who told me. Everyone is talking about it.
I was going to tell you. I was just waiting until I was totally sure.
Pause. Okay.
Oh, was that it?
What? Yes, that's the line that tells you. But leading up to that, it kind of tells you. Read it again. I was going to tell you.
I was going to tell you. I was just waiting until I was totally sure.
Again.
I was going to tell you. I was just waiting until I was totally sure.
One more time.
I was going to tell you. I was just waiting until I was totally sure.
So what didn't she do, Athena? What didn't she do? Her character.
She didn't tell me
That's
about
right.
whatever she's trying to tell me.
That's right. And how often do you guys talk, you think?
Like almost like maybe every single day or something.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. Like every
Once a
single
week.
day, about every single thing. You've talked about this camp and the idea of getting in. You talk about boys. You talk about grades. You talk about sports. You talk about anything and everything that you could think of. So, so you are correct, Athena. Everything you said is right. All of that other stuff is also underneath. All of that is true. But I think the core of this is she's hurt, especially at the beginning, because her friend didn't tell her. Her friend told somebody or told other people, and it got around the school, and you heard it from someone else. There's nothing worse than hearing that kind of news from somebody else that's not your friend about them. Right? So I want you to take on that point of view that you're a little hurt, okay? So even the idea of answering her phone call, you do it, but you're right now, you're kind of upset at her a little bit, and you're hurting. Okay? And so what's something right now in your space you could pick up your phone and go do?
Maybe schoolwork, like,
Perfect. Pick it up
or
really quick.
texting like my mom. I don't know.
I love it. Pick it up. Pick it up. Pick up your phone, the one you're on.
Oh, okay.
So actually, don't use that phone. Ah, scary.
Okay.
Don't break that like we broke your computer, okay? Let's not do that. Okay, now stand up. Start walking around the room. Go find something to be doing that you were in the middle of doing when she called. What's in that room that you could be doing? Anything. Could be laundry, could be whatever. What are you doing right now? What did you decide?
Like I could be writing a poem because like I'm looking outside and finding all the stuff to write about. Maybe?
Okay, great. Let's do that. It's a school assignment. You're sort of doing that. So you go answer the phone. So go all the way up to your phone that you're filming on and pretend to swipe it. That's her answering, Elena, okay?
Oh, wait, what did I do?
When she swipes, that's her answering. Okay. And 3, 2, 1, action. No, go back up to do what you were doing, Athena. Start the scene.
Hey.
Hey.
I have
Okay,
news.
good. Not quite, not quite. We're close, okay? So, here's why. It could be laundry, it could be anything, Athena. Here's what I want. I don't want you to give her all your attention. And here's why.
Oh, okay.
If you're mad at somebody or you're trying to hide something, what's the last thing you do? Look them right in the eyes and give them all your attention, right? So if you're like mad at me right now, if I'm mad at you, I'm not gonna be like, so how are you? How you doing?
Yeah.
You been good? Good. Like, it's gonna be so clear. You're trying to hide a little bit that you're upset. You are upset, but like you're not showing it off, and she'll find that. Okay. So pick up the phone.
Okay.
Pick up the phone that you're using for the scene.
Wait, so this one?
Yeah. We're gonna try
Someone's
something.
calling me.
We're just gonna try something. Okay.
Are we starting the scene?
Yeah, we're about to start. You can start by saying hi whenever she's picked up the phone. I want everyone taking notes on this at home. Okay, great. Okay, so we've got that at the desk now. Leave it there for a second. Grab the phone. Can you grab it? The one you filmed?
Wait, this one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, go walk around the room. You're looking for something. So she'll get your attention when you want to give it to her. And action.
Hey,
Hey,
I have news.
I know. I already know all about it.
Good.
No.
So now at that point, maybe you come back to the chair and you sit down and you're like, I know. And then you sit down. So like walk back to your desk and go, I know, while you're walking.
I know.
Elena, let that sink in.
I already know all about it.
You know? Who told you?
It doesn't matter who told me.
Now-
Everyone is talking about it.
Good. Now you can pay a little less attention to the homework for a second because she has your attention now. Now you've got her, right? So go back to her with that line.
It doesn't matter who told me. Everyone is talking about it.
I was going to tell you. I was just waiting until I was totally sure.
Use it. Use it for the scene. Stay in scene.
I'm blanking.
Just stay in the scene while you.
Well, congratulations.
You seem too excited.
I'm happy for you. I really am. It looks like I'm the last one left.
You'll get in. I know you will.
Good. So Elena, I need movement from you now.
Yeah, I'm noticing that. What should it?
So let's play.
Yeah.
So just come in close to the camera, pick it up, and bring it in closer to your face.
Okay.
Come high angle a little bit because you want her to know that you care. The other one. The high angle coming down.
Oh.
Just a little bit.
Just.
Point it down to your face a little, yeah. And hold it. Keep it held. So literally, guys, I want everyone to watch this and learn. This is what's so cool about this. Yes, you can do stationary shots, but if you're holding it and practicing, this is a shot too. Right here, this is a shot. Hey, you know, or whatever, like that's a shot that you can look at and you're holding the phone and you're looking right at her in moments. Here is as well. Like all the time when we're on FaceTime or doing this, we still hold our phone, right? And then every once in a while, we set it down, set it on a spot, and do something. Or talk right at it. But there's reasons behind it, okay? So this is so cool, guys. Here's why I got to do this. Because you've done the work. You've done the work. So, good for you. Good for you. So when you do this, when you do the blocking work with the phones and doing that, it now opens me up to now start playing and going, ooh, let's try this. Ooh, let's try that. Like, that's what in the last scene allowed us to figure out the candy bar thing because they came up with this great idea and practiced it. So now, in this rehearsal this week, you're right, Elena, if you feel bored or off, then we do too.
Okay.
If we,
Is this a good angle? I don't think it
yes,
is.
it's fine. It depends on the purpose. It depends on what you're doing and what you're talking about. Like, when it's more relaxed and you guys have calmed down a little, sure, I could see that being the case. When you're tense and worried about your friend, probably not. that's where we explore different things. And literally, Athena, you need to go like, I didn't really feel that one. Like, I feel like that was way too relaxed. And you need to do the same for her, right? You need to go like, would you mind trying this here? And both of you help each other try different things, because here's the cool part about a partner. If they're willing to be honest, Elena, you see Athena's stuff and she sees your stuff. So if you're not affected by what Athena does, then you need to help her figure out how to affect you, and vice versa. Okay? That's our job. So for example, if I'm trying to make you upset, Athena, and I'm like, whatever. Did that work? So you need to tell me that. You need to pause your rehearsal for a sec and go, I wasn't really feeling that, like there. Can we experiment and try something there, like something different? Sure. What are you thinking? I don't know. I feel like my character should be upset right now. And so if you could find a way to try and get me upset, that would be great. And then tell me that. So
if you could find a way to get my character like upset, that could work.
Okay, great. Well, you didn't get in. That sucks. It's really your fault. Like, that's now all of a sudden you're like, dang, like what the heck, man? But here's the thing. I could have that same thing without saying it. I could look you in the eyes and be thinking it's your fault, and you'd be able to tell if we're best friends. And that's the trick. Okay, guys? Do we know what we need to do?
Yes.
Awesome. I'm so psyched. Very good work. Way to do the work, guys. Very proud of you. Woo!
Bye.
That is an awesomely long clap sound. I'm like, yeah, all about that clap sound. All right. So psyched. Very good work. Way to do the work, guys. Very proud of you. Woo! Alex and Hudson, man. Hey. All right, walk me through your situation, boys. Do we know who's A, who's B, what's going on? Any of that?
We're trying to connect Alex to sound. Okay.
Hey, we got it. So have we gotten the opportunity basically to discuss together what our ideas are yet?
No.
Great. We're going to use this time to do that. It's awesome. So in the email, we sort of explain this, okay? Everybody is right where they are, and I want to coach everybody right where they are on their stuff, okay? So right now, your lesson is we're going to get a lesson in creatively finding the right choices that are going to set you up for success. So you both read through it. Have we done our memorization work on it and got going on that?
Yeah. I started to, yeah.
Okay, great. So let's talk about it, okay? Alex, when you read this scene, what did you imagine? What did you see happening?
Well, like, the first thing that came to me is, like, I guess we were trying to steal, like, the teacher, like, answer key is, like, every test or something. But I feel like that's like, too generic for some reason.
Okay, but I asked, that's perfect, because what did I ask you?
To, like...
What came to your mind?
Yeah.
That's what came to your mind. So we might explore beyond that, but that's awesome, okay? Hudson, what did you imagine?
I just thought we were stealing something. I didn't really know what. I thought that was more serious than stealing an answer key in my brain. Like, I thought that we're, like, literally, like, robbing something.
Like, literally robbing something. Okay, yeah. Cool. I like that. So, who did you imagine, Hudson, and I'll come back to you, Alex. Who do you imagine you were to each other in your robbery scene?
I would say, like, I'd say that we were friends. Like, we weren't best friends, but, like, we had, like, a similar mind that we, like, wanted to, like, make bank.
You both wanted to make bank. Okay, yeah. Cool. All right, great. So, going through this, if that's the case, I know that one of you is kind of, like, down and the other one's sort of down. Is that right? Like, down to do it, and one of you's like, eh. Like, why are we even doing this? I'd like to, okay? So A is the sort of unsure one. Is that right? Mm-hmm. I can't believe we're doing this. Like, they end up doing it, but they're a little hesitant, okay? So whoever that character is, that one is one who sort of got pushed into it a little, you know, or is just feeling guilty now. Based on the text, actually, they pushed the other person to bring them. but probably for whatever reason we're going to come up with, okay? Which then sets us up with they do want to have some sort of relationship here to create this robbery type idea if that's the case. So Alex, you heard that idea. What do you think about that?
I feel like, yeah, I feel like we like knew each other, and we didn't really like mess with each other. Yeah, we were kind of like acquaintances, and we wanted like the same thing, basically what he said, kind of.
Okay, so we both want the same thing, all right?
Yeah.
So I think A begs to come along, B is going to do it either way, right? Whoever's B. So B is probably more the bad A, like the bad apple there that's going to like get in trouble and make those kind of mistakes. And B is sort of like we want to have a reason why B would decide to do this and feel guilty about it. So from either of you, what do you guys think? What might be a reason that this second character would want to rob whatever this is going to be, and do that? So here's what's going to help us. You guys ready? What are we robbing?
See, that's the hard part.
Put yourself in your own age demographic, okay? So you guys are in high school. What would you go rob? And please don't do it.
Say like a gas station.
You rob a gas station? Okay, what did you imagine, Alex?
Maybe like a video game console or something.
Okay. So if we do gas station, what are we robbing it of?
Just like a cash register.
Cash register? Okay. That's crazy. That's like felony type stuff, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a choice. I want us to just see where that is. The gaming, what did you imagine, Alex?
Maybe like a new video game console that like sold out somewhere, and like maybe the store is like offering it for like triple price because it's like wanted, and we got to sneak it in the back or something to get it.
Okay, great. Get 1 copy or 2 copies?
2 copies.
Okay, of this very and to make it easier, because it's going to be hard to carry an Xbox out of the store secretively, right? However, some brand new game that's coming out that you both like do online or whatever, now there's a reason. It's like, now I got a reason for why we would go in and steal. I mean, somebody could be like, you guys got in somehow, and then we figured that out. So if Hudson's character or your character, whichever one you guys decide, is the nervous one, now there's a reason to be nervous. You're literally stealing a video game. Whoever that character is wanted to come along because why? So let's say, Hudson, it was your character. Why did you want to come along?
Because I wanted it to.
Okay, because you wanted the game too.
Yeah.
So why are you worried and he's not?
Because I'm probably like more what's the word? Like, wait, I'm trying to think that word. Crap, I just
take your time. Take your time, man.
It's like when you're nervous about paranoid. Like I'm more like the paranoid one.
Yes, totally.
So I think I might get caught.
Totally. And so now we go into, yes, you wanted the video game, but why? Like, why wouldn't you just wait till it comes out? What is it about Alex, like, that you made him go beg him to bring you with? What are you hoping to have happen?
Probably because, like, maybe my family doesn't have, like, a lot of money, and then, like, when it does come out, I probably won't even be able to afford it. So, like, just, like, rather steal it.
Okay, cool. So we're going to play with that idea now, and then I'm going to explore some more with you. So here's what we did here, okay? This is collaboration, okay? Both say that word for me.
Collaboration.
So what we're doing is, and this is what artists do, we collaborate on a project. We come up with ideas together. We brainstorm together. We go, like, we took one of Hudson's ideas and we took one of your ideas, Alex, and we married them together into a really cool idea that we kept building upon together. That's what this is about. And the reason we picked this ambiguous idea, these scenes, is for this reason. For you to figure out the creativity of the craft. Like, to bring your ideas to life through all the work that we're going to do in here. So it's super exciting. So this is that beginning process. I'm glad everyone online got to see this, because this is what you expect. I asked a lot of questions of you guys, right?
Yeah.
Because very simply in the beginning, I could have said, perfect, you guys are robbing something. You know each other, kind of. Let's do it. But I kept asking questions. So I want you guys in rehearsals this week as you practice to be questioning as well and see what you can come up with and help each other in that way. That's how you become a great scene partner. Okay? All right. Whenever you guys are ready, you can start your scene. Now that we know.
Yeah. I can't believe we're doing this.
Will you hush? If someone hears us, we're never going to pull this off.
Why are we even doing this? I'd like to go on some record somewhere that was like completely entirely your idea.
Can I add to that record that you begged me to include you? That's what I thought.
Won't this go on a permanent record?
If we get caught, maybe.
I swear, this is the worst idea.
Do you want them or not?
Well, duh.
Then help me.
Fine. But if we go down...
If we go down, we go down together.
Together, right?
So then go look for it. Yeah, go look for it. Get out of frame. You can walk out of frame, Alex.
Let me see this.
Yeah.
I found it.
Shut up. Let me see.
This is it. This is just like I imagined it to be.
This is it? I can't believe all of it.
You're ridiculous. Well,
I
what do we
told
do
you.
now?
It's like,
Wait, I feel like I missed.
it's okay.
a
No,
lot.
no, we missed a little bit. It's okay. Let's go back from I found it, and I'll help you guys. I have the script right here.
I found it.
Shut up. Let me see.
This is
it.
Yep.
It's just like I imagined it to be.
This is it. I can't believe it could be all of it.
This can't be all of it.
Oh, this can't be all of it.
And then I say, "You're ridiculous, right? What do we do now?"
Then you say, I told you. It's like it
Oh.
wanted.
I told you. It's like it wanted us to find it.
You're ridiculous. What do we do now?
Whatever we want, we pulled it off.
And scene. Okay. Cool. So we got to get going on memorization this week. Okay. But we're going to get each other's info at the end of class. And it's up to you guys to do that work. But this is going to be a fun scene. This is going to be cool. So you guys can figure out sort of different ways that we can make this happen. There's two options. So I'll give them to you. And both are a challenge in different ways. One is we figure out being in the same setting, but in different parts of the setting. So like, because your backgrounds will obviously be different, right? So if we do that, then we can do it with the backgrounds being different. That's fine. But there's another option where you look at it and go, how do I figure out something that we could steal where we each could be in our own place and have to be quiet? That's an option, right? There's all kinds of, and we just picked one today. I want you guys to explore what's the best for your scene and for the two of you. Because here's the cool thing about Ambiguous, and I'll say this again. You create it. It's all you. So I'll go right into real life here, okay? Like, I imagined, Hudson, and this is where the beauty of you creating your own thing is. I had a whole different idea here in that I saw a guy who wants to be cool and wants to steal for that reason. I like your reason better for what we're doing here. I think I like it better. So when you explore, we're going to figure that out together. But Alex, like, you want to get up, you can literally leave the frame totally. So Alex, stand up, literally go all the way to the left. Like, go leave the phone.
I gotta go to the right because there's like a.
Yeah, either way, it's fine. Either way. Now go look for it. Like looking for the game, and then you come back when you found it. And Hudson, you should be looking too. So go around, be looking at the shelf. Like, go stand up, go look. Be kind of looking around, yeah. Whenever you're ready, you come back in, Alex, with the game.
Do I say my line?
Yeah.
I found it.
Shut up. Let me see.
This is it.
Okay, you feel the difference? That's
Yeah.
one of the moments. One of the moments is you getting up to search, and I think there's probably other spots where something like that happens. The whole, like, be quiet deal. Alex, you've probably done things like this before. And so, like, you're like, come on, noob, like, be quiet kind of deal. So you would look around. I mean, you would check to make sure that you don't get caught here. Because, you know, if you do, you'd be in deep trouble. right? And you're just kind of convincing him that he'll be fine. It'll be fine. Maybe it's on a record, maybe it's not. But really, you know. I mean, you know what's going to happen if you get caught because you're an expert, right? So cool. Very good, guys. And I know the two of you guys are good friends, so this is going to be a fun thing for you guys to work together. It's going to be a really fun one. So here's my challenge. Work, work, work. We'll get each other's info at the end of today, and I would have at least, my challenge to you is at least 3 rehearsals this week. At least. My brother's doing one every single day with his scene partner. Sometimes it's a shorter one. It's a couple, like 10 minutes. Sometimes it's an hour. But he does it every day. And their scene is crushing. It's crushing. So, totally up to you what you end up doing. But the work you put in this week will totally show next week. And whatever you do, I can then double that and help you grow even more. Okay?
All right.
Good work, gents. That was fun. Yeah. Loving it. All right. Did we end up getting Zach in or no?
Zach is not here, so I am.
And Jake is.
Jake is also here.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jake Topol, come back on the screen for 1 second.
Come back, Jake Topol.
Just for the live. Hey.
Hey guys.
All right.
Oh, Lou's here too.
Lou's here
Great.
too. I love it. Okay.
Lou felt very left out. Okay, let me grab. Katie, do you remember what number was your script?
4.
4.
I think. Wait. Yes.
I think that's right. Okay, got it.
All right.
All right.
So let me know when you're ready, Shay. Why don't you fill us in with what you imagined for you and Zach?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you said Shay. Sorry.
Shay's going to find the scene while you do that.
I kind of imagined that, like, Zach, like, cheated on one of my best friends. So I was, like, confronting him, and I was like, no. Like, and then, like, the whole thing is kind of like I kind of like a I know what you did type of scene.
Okay. Cool.
So that's kind of what I got.
Okay, great. So your first lesson is a life lesson. We've talked about it before, but I'm always going to throw it at you. Love your idea. Start strong, end strong. You've got a great idea. So you're like, yeah, so the idea is that I'm confronting him, and he's cheated with my friend, and so that's what's going on in this scene. That versus, yeah, she's cheating on him, and so I'm confronting him, and so yeah, that's what I came up with. So it's like, if you like it, cool, but if you don't, I totally understand, and I understand if you fire me. So sorry. Like, you come up with great ideas, so you need to be confident in them. Okay, and this isn't just acting. This is life. Like, you need to look at your life and go, okay, if I have an idea or a thought, it is valid. It is valid, and I need to state that thing so that I can be heard and then grow from there. And then here's the deal. Let's say it was for a critique. If you're wrong, in love, I'm going to critique you the proper way. But then you said what you thought, and you said it with authority and power, and you're going to come in with a whole new level of confidence to every room you walk into. Okay? Cool. Love that idea. You want to play the jerk guy, Shay?
Say that again?
You want to play the jerk guy?
I sure do. So I am, Katie, you're A, correct?
Yes.
Okay, got it.
Okay, whenever you guys are ready.
I need to talk to you.
Nice to see you, too. Talk about what?
Don't play the dumb card with me right now.
I'm not playing dumb. I don't know what you're talking about.
Try again, without lying this time.
I wasn't thinking. It just happened.
I knew it. I just knew it.
What was I supposed to do, huh? Just let it go?
Yes, you were supposed to let it go. You were supposed to leave it alone.
I couldn't do it.
Yeah, you proved that.
I'm sorry. I really am. I just had to find out for myself.
I warned you about this. I told you this would happen.
I know you did. I wish I would have listened.
you should have thought about that before you did it.
You were right. Is that what you want me to say?
I want you to fix this.
You know it's too late for that.
You know what you have to do. So do it.
And scene. Wait, where'd it go? Oh. I was pushing the wrong knob. Okay, great. Okay, so let's talk about a couple moments, and then I'm going to pass it over to Shay to throw some thoughts at you. So, Katie, the big thing I noticed here is originally in your thought, it's your friend that cheated. This guy cheated on your friend, right?
Mm-hmm.
I want to add in there just another layer to that. Okay? You're friends with both of them. So now, because otherwise a lot of the lines kind of make sense, but not fully. But if you're the one who set them up and they're both your friends, now all of a sudden there's a lot of meat to the fact that you want to fix this. Whereas if it's some rando dude who you don't care about and you care about your friend, you're just going to want to tell this dude off and tell him to never show up in the world anywhere else. Like, go away. But if you know them both and you set that up, then all of a sudden we can add a lot of emotion to that. Okay? I have some angle things I'll brainstorm with you, but I want to pass it off to Shay and see what your thoughts are as the writer and as coach.
Sure. So, Katie, that was awesome. And Brian, I totally agree with you. When you think about, and this is kind of a tough thought to grasp, especially as a teenager, but I'll make it as short and clear and concise as I can. But everything that we do, every interaction we have comes from love in some way. So if you build off of a relationship that you've had with Zach, because then you're put in a bad spot. So you put this friend, you hooked her up with your friend because you're friends with both of them and you thought this would be great and you were just trying to help and be matchmaker, and maybe she really cared for you maybe she really cared for him and he really cared for her, and there's obviously a difference in relationship going on because he doesn't care as much about her. But that's a decision that you and Zach will have to make together. So my first thought was, when he says, I'm not playing dumb, I don't know what you're talking about. Do you think he knows what you're talking about or not?
Yeah.
Yeah, he does. He totally knows, because otherwise he wouldn't say, I wasn't thinking, it just happened, right? So he totally knows. So, and when we do this again, I'm going to give you the as correct as I can reactions so that you can react off of me. I was just coaching a scene earlier today, and I was explaining the huge, very general thing that every actor hears, which is acting is reacting, right? So because you have the very first line, you set the scene. So the way that you say, I need to talk to you, is going to immediately, influence the way that I respond, and that sets the tone for the scene. So I think what Brian said is absolutely correct. You have to find that love for this person. So I almost imagine like you and Zach having been friends for a long time, like a long time. And then you met this girlfriend and she became your best friend. And then you guys were the three best friends that anybody could have. And I think there's something, Katie, to, it's not your fault that he cheated on her, but I think there might be some level of guilt that you feel because you were in the middle of it, and you said, and you talked all about this guy and how great he was because your moms were best friends as kids and blah, blah, blah. And then you realize that he's made this, and there's something, maybe not even guilt, Katie, I just came up with this idea, but maybe there's also some sort of sadness that you don't know who you thought you knew. He's not who you thought he was, right? So instead of it focusing on the dialogue being about Zach and this imaginary character who's actually not there, you are showing the audience the relationship between you and him, which is so great because you're not talking about you and him, right?
Yeah.
So you're talking about something else. It's just like you doing the dishes and saying, "Oh, I hate these plates." You're not talking about the plates. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It just adds kind of a deeper, more complicated level, and it allows you to enhance more of your feelings in the scene rather than just focusing on this friend who's actually not a character in the scene. Right?
Perfect. Let's go again from the top. I'm going to work some angle stuff, and then we'll bring everybody back.
Okay. I need to talk to you.
Nice to see you too. Talk about what?
Don't play the dumb card with me right now.
Good, let's start again. Grab the phone, hold it.
I need to talk to you.
Here, Katie, will you try again? I want to try something.
Yeah. I need to talk to you.
Nice to see you too. Talk about what?
Don't play the dumb card with me right now.
I'm not playing dumb. I don't know what you're talking about.
Just blanked. Wait, I have it there. Oh, okay. Try again without lying this time.
I wasn't thinking. It just happened.
What is going on? Okay. I knew it. I just knew it.
Okay, now put the phone down on wherever you can, and now stand up, freak out a little bit, and go, "I knew it," and just start walking out of frame.
I knew it. I just knew it.
Like totally, leave the frame. You don't need to even be back there. I knew it.
I knew it. I just knew it.
What was I supposed to do?
Now you have a reason to come back.
Just let it go?
Yes. You were supposed to let it go. You were supposed to leave it alone.
Okay, good. Do you feel that angle there, what that did for you?
Mm-hmm.
So that gave you power, Katie. It gave you power. It gave you this power inside of the scene to do something, to go out and like pull the attention away. Now, in the beginning, I don't believe that you would be anywhere but on her because you want to see the reactions. You want to know where, if she's lying, you want to know exactly where she's at. You're reading her, right? Mm-hmm. Then as soon as she admits it, then it's like you're not stuck to that anymore. Because again, in conversations, we don't do this and just stay on somebody the whole time. Like we don't. It'd be weird if we did. So what I want you to do is figure out, and this is where the angles come in now. You could have gone sideways, and if you have, I don't know what room you're in, but this is just an example. Let's say there was a bed there with laundry on it. You go, "I knew it." And then you step out, like over, and you start doing the laundry over there. We can see you doing it, but literally you're not looking at her. You're not paying attention to her. You're hearing her, but you're not giving her your attention until she requires it of you again. And she does with that last bit of her line. What was that again, Shay? The end of that last one?
What was I supposed to do, huh? Just let it go?
Just let it go, right? That pulls your attention back because she goes, "What was I supposed to do?" And not fully even, maybe. So maybe you just turn around for a second while you're doing the laundry. And again, I don't want you to do laundry. You can if you want, but that's an example. So you go to do, we see you doing, but like as actors, for some reason, we think we need to always be looking right here. We don't. Like in these scenes, it's natural for you to be doing stuff. It's weird if you don't. It's weird if you're not doing some sort of physicality inside of the scene, because any fight, any discussion that ever happens, it's never two people just staring at each other. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Any ads there, Shay?
Yeah, I wanted to tell you, Katie, what was cool when you watch this back, and I want you to watch it back. Essentially what I did when you walked off frame is, because if you think about if this was a real conversation, like I had like a 3-hour FaceTime with one of my best friends who lives out of town the other night, and I wrote an email. I ate an entire personal pizza while talking to her.
Yummy.
I think I made my bed, like, you know, because we have that kind of relationship, right? Where I don't need to necessarily look at her face, especially on FaceTime, because I know what she looks like. I know what she's doing, and she's doing something else too. So when you walked out of frame, what that caused me to do was lean forward. So, and it was almost like I leaned forward to make sure you didn't leave, like that you didn't like hang up on me, right? So as soon as you left, I wouldn't go backwards because you are now in power play and I am the submissive one. So when you walked out, it caused me to lunge forward and say, well, what was I supposed to do? Like, and my voice got higher, my inflection got higher because I'm pleading with you at this point. And the body's natural reaction when pleading is to go forward, because I wouldn't plead with you from back here. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense? So like as soon as you stood up, I want you to feel that power, because if you stood up and I stayed back here, that puts me in a power position, which I shouldn't be in. And 2, it disconnects me from you. So I have to make sure that I'm connecting with you. So I call these silent dialogue lines. Your silent line of getting up and leaving was actually causing a reaction out of me, which was a silent line, which is me doing this, which says a lot. So I immediately went from this laid back angle to a close up, because now I need the attention to be put on me. I need you to give me attention because I'm in trouble. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Cool. You did an awesome job, Katie. It's killer.
Awesome. Let's bring everybody back.
Hey.
I want to put you all on mute for a second. Okay, so let's make sure that we set up our lives here so that they are all on mute and or just out of the space, so that we don't hear the reverb of me talking and yourselves talking. Okay, so we're going to come around. I want everybody to zone in. Grab your notebooks slash phone, whatever like you're going to take notes on. I want everybody to take notes. And we go through homework and what we can be growing in for this next week as we wrap up with what each of us took out of the scenes. So I'm going to unmute here. We should all be set now. Okay.
Do you like my stickers on the back?
So let's all get, once we have our stuff, once we've got everything, let's put our phone in a stationary place so that we can zone in. We should be listening to each other. Someone's got a duck. All right. Okay, so I'm going to come around. We'll start off, Athena, what did you take out of today? Hold on, it's muted you.
Muted.
What'd you take out of today, Athena?
So I kind of noticed that, okay. I kind of noticed that you should probably kind of, if you're mad at your scene partner, you should kind of play it real. Like, if you're mad at someone, you wouldn't be just staring them down all the time. Like, use some stuff around you and pretend like you're doing something.
That's right. Absolutely. Use your space, and in real life, we don't stare, so we want to make it as close to real life as possible. Very good. Alex?
Like, you, participating, coming up with ideas helps get the general idea of ambiguous scenes and what to do with them.
Okay, tell me about that.
Like, because if we both have different ideas and we don't like say, and we don't decide on an idea, then it just becomes weird, and the scene doesn't really turn out good.
That's right. That's right. Because just like in improv and any form of acting, we need to know who we are to each other, what's happening, and where the scene's taking place. Very good.
Can I jump on that, Brian?
Yeah, please.
So Alex, and Hudson, I love this scene. It's a really fun scene that and great ideas that have come from it. So what I want you to also think about too is if you both have a different idea, think about I want you to go back to the script. So every time you have an idea about something, you've made a discovery or you're creating an identity for your character, go back to the script. Look at the dialogue that was given to you. And I want you to think about, does it justify the word? Now, here's the thing with these scenes, I'm not a Pulitzer Prize winning playwright. So when I wrote these scenes, I wrote them specifically for you to build off of them and change them. But when you go back to the original dialogue and think, okay, do these words support my idea? Then that may get you on the same page when you start to really break down the scene. And because the words are there for you for a reason. They're there to give you a little bit of influence. So when you're thinking about ideas, go back. And instead of thinking like that was a good idea or a bad idea, or I like this idea or I don't like this idea, think about it more in terms of what would it do to make my dialogue better.
All right.
Awesome. Okay, I'm moving the mute around to make it easier. So let's keep going here. Let's see. Let's jump over to Elena. What did you? Hold on. Okay, Elena. Yeah.
Got her.
There we go.
Go ahead. What did you take?
It's gonna be a bit confusing, but to find clues or questions in your scene or your line to get deeper into it, like what you did with our scene. I think that helps. So I wrote it down. Pretty helpful.
Absolutely, it's great. Cool. Let's jump over to let's see. Let's go over to Hudson. Let's go to Hudson here, and we'll jump on that. Okay, Hudson, what did you take out of the scene?
Basically what Athena said, just like to use the space around you. Just like if you're pretending that you're like in a gas station or something, or like a GameStop.
Yeah, and that's how we found that cool location, right? So awesome. And so this week, again, your scene's going to be so fun. So it is your responsibility to work like crazy. It's your responsibility to go, okay, I'm not where I want to be with my lines. I got to get that first before I can have any other thing, because otherwise I'm going to be out of character. So you work like crazy the next couple days to get your lines down so that you can rehearse properly and add blocking and all the other fun things that come with this piece, okay?
Okay.
Cool. Okay, let's come up to Aubrey. Aubrey, what did you take out of today?
So what I think is like you can pass things, and you could also walk around the camera, like use your surroundings, and just like try to even things out, I guess. Like how me and Leela tried to pass that candy bar, and we needed to like that.
Yeah, totally. Like, there are all kinds of tricks that you can play within this to make it happen. The passing of that candy bar, for anybody watching, like, when you go back and see that, it's strategy, and it's really cool. What a cool, like, shot to shot list out and plan. And by the way, in movies and scripts and these scenes, they block it. There's this shot list of how they want things to go. Do they want the wide angle or the close angle? And that's part of why we're teaching that to you, is we want you to know how to do that even from home to create your own content. But that's what it is. So you plan that shot and figure out exactly where your arms need to be and how to make it work. And then you do it 30 times until you feel so comfortable with all the angles. What if I went too low? What if I went too high? Like, you get really comfortable so that you have it right down to what you need it to be and want it to be. It's awesome. Okay, cool. Jumping over here to Lila. Go ahead and let me know. Oop, still, there we go.
I was kind of gonna say the same thing as Aubrey, but I said kind of like since we're in the technology world now, use like the technology to like the candy bar stuff and all that.
Mm-hmm. That's great.
I was basically gonna say the same thing.
Perfect. So I love it because, and this is an important one too, based on earlier when I talked about everybody finding your power and going, I want to start strong and strong. Same idea. You have your own thoughts here. So even though she said it, I want you to say it out loud. I want you to speak it out loud so that you say it in your own words. And there may be one little thing you throw out, a word you throw out she didn't, that we jump on for a second, possibly, right? And if not, you've now verbalized your lesson so that it gets stuck in your head even stronger. Okay? Cool. Love it. All right, jumping over to Katie here. Okay, go ahead.
Hello. Okay. What I learned is that you can have like obviously like your script that you can build off of, but when you build off of it, you can kind of make an undertone to give like the viewers kind of a more in-depth look at like the actual characters' lives. 100%,
and that goes into just finding the work behind it on who your character is, right? And I love that you took that from Che too and built on it, and it's gonna be awesome. You guys are gonna have a great scene, and it's such a cool idea. So great. So reach out to him. We'll reach out to him as well, and you guys will be going next week. And for everybody, here's our main homework. I'll give you a couple takeaways in our main homework. Main homework: rehearse, rehearse, rehearse. Rehearse, rehearse, rehearse. So everybody should rehearse. So we're going to get each other's info. I'll stop the live here. If you don't have your partner's info personally, we're going to get it, okay? That way we can reach out to them, set up something really easily, and make it happen, okay? Again, I say the more the merrier. The more times you can rehearse, the better for you, okay? What to rehearse? We're rehearsing more blocking this week. Great work, everybody, on your blocking. The blocking is so much better than it was just even at the beginning. And even in scenes last month with our monologues, we've grown into understanding this concept of this new avenue, this whole new way of filming and doing things. And so I want more of that. I want you to watch back your footage. So this is another piece of homework. Everybody has to watch your scene. It's the best way to learn. Because you'll see when you went out of frame and in frame and what it did, and it'll brainstorm with yourself through watching it the different ideas that you could go off of by seeing them actually, okay? And then the last piece of homework is I want everybody to think through costumes and props if they haven't already. So the Hershey bar was a perfect like idea for a prop there because it's the same for both of you. Like, and the wig was awesome. Like, for everybody, think about your character. Alex, I like you're already like sort of in like this chill thing. The hood was great because you pulled it up at that one point. Like, so you really think through, now that you know what these are, how does Hudson dress? How do you dress? Probably pretty different, okay? And so figure out what that looks like inside of your setting. Manage all that with your partner, and next week we'll go right into performance again, and then we'll start critiquing. Does that make sense?